All right, so we made it here to the Magic Kingdom. So we are going to compare the, oh my God, boy, we gotta get off the side. We gotta get off the street because there's a parade. And who is that in the parade? That is Mr. Incredible. Rainy day something. Yeah, it is raining. It is raining out here. Come on, we gotta go on the sidewalk. What is happening here? So they did an impromptu parade called the Rainy Day Cavalcade. I've never heard of this.
Oh, and this is incredible.
Yep. Yeah, Miss Incredible, get it, girl. Yeah. Look on here.
Oh, what? What are you? He has such many names. Oh, Max.
What up, Max?
What up, Max? I seen your movie.
Yeah. Well, that was incredibly random.
Yep. And the tour that we're getting is actually a Tron toy, and it's actually in the Space Mountain store. So we'll just walk right out and go on Space Mountain.
Yeah, this Tron toy that Mike's trying to get has nothing to do with our objective here, but it's a bit of a side quest, let's just say. But we are comparing the rides to what we played in Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES versus the real thing. So by the time we get to Space Mountain, you'll be done looking at what Space Mountain looks like in the game. So take a look.
It should.
All right, first up, we got Space Mountain. Mickey fills you in on what's going on. Apparently, the key that you're looking for is on planet F. So, in order to get there, you have to navigate through all the different planets by turning in the direction that tells you to turn and pushing the buttons that it tells you to push in order for you to shoot the obstacles that are in your way. I have to be 100 with you. I had a hard time with this stage because it is confusing as hell to play this on an emulator. I have a basic controller. You know, the A-B setup is it's A and B, not B and A. So if I was playing this on the actual NES controller, I probably would have had a better time with it. But, you know, this is how Space Mountain looks. In the game, it looks like you're on a space adventure. But how does it compare to the real thing? Let's find out.
Alright, so we just got my Tron toy. It costed $80 plus tax.
$70 plus tax.
Well, $70 plus tax, and it was worth it. Look at this beauty. And I need the bag.
Yeah, we're gonna need that bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Space Mountain is a 55-minute wait.
Yep.
It's gonna be a long night. I sure agree.
Yeah, one thing that the game that you don't have to worry about in the game is waiting in line.
Yep.
But hopefully it's not really 55. They're probably just saying that. We'll see. Normally the line is right out the door, but
yes.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, this is Space Mountain, y'all. right, so we had a bit of a situation on Space Mountain. So I'm not going to tell you. Mike's going to tell you. So it's going to sound better coming out of him. Trust me. Go ahead, bud.
Alright, so we were going up the lift hill, and then literally someone came on the speaker and then said, "Put your phone away." And that's why we only got a couple seconds of footage when we were like at the top of the lift hill.
Yeah, but get the gist of it, because let's be real. I tried to get, despite that happening, I tried to get as much as I could. It was way too dark, so recording on Space Mountain is a feat in itself. I'm gonna need either really good night vision or a GoPro with night vision. But, you know, you get the gist of it. There are other YouTube channels out there that have Space Mountain with the lights on. So if you want to look at one of those, that's great. But that's the difference between Space Mountain in the game and Space Mountain here. Space Mountain here, you're actually not putting your own life at risk, which is pretty much a good thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Decide which one is better. Maybe this week, Space Mountain.
Yeah, I would say a real life Disney World Space Mountain is better because, like I said, you're not putting your life at risk. All right, Mike, next. Where are we headed next?
Speedway.
I'm not going to lie.
Oh, 35 now.
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of salty about this one. When I last rode Speedway, I was Mike's age. And I was
7.
And yes, Mike is 7 now. I was 7 the first time I rode it. I was not a fan of it. I was not a fan of it. I just look. We're getting on it because look, this is what we got to look on this track. Look at it. Look at all this. Look at these cars. Look at this. It seems like it's work, don't it? It's all on a single track.
Well, I've been on this today, and we got first place today.
It seems innocent here, but as it's portrayed in the Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES, it's a game of life and death. Check this out.
Apparently, our homeboy Pete decided to steal the key and not give it back, and he challenges you to a race to get the key. So what do? You get in your little car and you race all the other drivers. This is a real life simulation of what it's like to drive in Florida. I'm not kidding. This is literally Twisted Metal meets real Florida driving. These other cars are driving slow, then they speed up as soon as you pull up on them. They get in your way, they cut you off, and it's crazy. And then on top of that, you have all of these jumps and obstacles that you have to avoid. You will literally jump over an entire lava pit. Then you have these slow closing bridges where you have to be so precise when you're crossing those bridges, because that bridge can literally be closed all the way to cross, and you could still fall through. You have to literally wait until it's all the way to crossing. It is insane, but you will literally be cutting it close by the time you get to the end of it. And I have to say, this is probably the second easiest key to grab in the game, and that's not saying much.
Alright, we in here. Mike is driving. I'm passenger. It's like Twisted Metal out here. Hey, how's it going?
I'm on YouTube.
You know, this is pretty pleasant. You know, normally tailgating is illegal. link in the corner if you want to see our Tron video. I'm pretty sure the guy in front is going as fast as we are. Let me see. Push down the pedal a little harder. This guy be going any slower, he be going backwards. Don't you wish we had item boxes? Well, that was Tomorrowland Speedway. As you can see, it's a far cry from what the game shows. There's no lava pits, there's no jumps, there's no puddles that'll slow you down, there's no shenanigans of any kind. Well, actually the shenanigans are still there, but it's foolishness. But it's, you know, you're not putting your life at risk for a key. You're just having fun on a ride that's on a single track where you can't pass anyone or win for that matter.
Do you like it?
Did I like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. Did you?
It's a small world. That's
Better than It's a Small. Is that a trick question? It's a Small World is a human torture chamber. We talked about this. All right, on to our next one. A haunted mansion, as you know in the game, is actually referred to under the name Ghost House, which is actually what it's called at Disney World Tokyo. In the game, it takes the Japan name Ghost House, while here we have the Haunted Mansion. Most of you already know what this ride's about, but we still have to compare. Here's what you're dealing with in the game.
Next up, we have the Haunted Mansion, or the Ghost House as it's called in Japan. Here, you can tell that ghouls and ghosts, or ghosts and goblins, whichever one came first, had its influence on the beginning of this stage. So you're walking around with your avatar, you have candles as your weapon. You throw candles at the ghosts, goblins, zombies, whatever you come across. And you have to make it all the way to the end, and you fight, which I think is the only boss battle in the game, where you fight the proprietor of the Haunted Mansion. And you beat him and you get the key from him. This stage is hard. Yes, it's ghouls and ghosts hard. I mean, it has... I died so many times playing this, and you know, there's so much resemblance and inspiration from the ride in this stage. Although I feel that this is the hardest stage in the game, I absolutely love this stage. They took the time and the effort to literally just put together what it would be if this ride was an actual adventure. And you also got to think to yourself, who would really want to go to Disney World if you had to go through all of this?
Is deadly still. That was the time when
We have entered.
practicing terror with ghoulish delight.
You know, Mike, I just realized something. I think this is the first time I've ever recorded the Haunted Mansion. In we go.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted
Mansion.
I am your host, your
Ghostly.
host. Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding.
It's not actually stretching.
Sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge
to find a way out.
Of course, there's
He's on
always
TNTs.
Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later. Now,
I love this, right?
look around, and we can keep our
We are on Haunted Mansion.
Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions, only books, and marble busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known.
I'm not scared of it anymore.
Good.
Steps.
Every room
Those are candles. Nights always have to be alive, and nights always have to be in a haunted mansion. He's getting out of his pocket.
Toads in a pond. Let there be music from regions beyond. Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing the bell. Serpents and
Oh, there's a
spiders,
spring.
tail of a rat,
I see it.
call in the spirits wherever they're at. Tranquility. It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. God, there's movies from last Halloween. Awaken
This is where it's coming from.
and reign.
So we just got off on Stanford, and I liked it.
I know it's one of your favorite rides, ain't it? Well, like the video game, we don't show up walking up to the front door of our own accord. We don't walk in on our own accord. We don't grab a bunch of candles and throw them at the ghosts. And there's no boss fight. All for a key. It's crazy. Again, our life is in no real danger. We're having fun. So that was the ride versus the game. We got one more to go.
No, 2 more.
We have 2 more to go? Oh yeah, we still got 2 more to go. So let's get them done. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
We got a 20-minute wait.
Which ain't all that bad. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, one of the greatest coasters in the history of the world.
What does that mean?
That means it's probably top 10, at least in mine. And this is extremely basic. There are very little drops on this thing, but this thing can move. But go figure, they choose this ride to be one of the attractions you visit and risk your life on in the NES game. Here's how it compares. Check this out.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, one of my all-time favorite rides, has been made into a video game stage, and it couldn't be better. I love this stage. It is fun just going through all the different tracks and trying to find your way to track number 1. Here's a hint. Go all the way to the right side of the screen. That's probably the safest track you can go down. But you're going to have to make your way back over to the left slowly, because you have to get into station number 1 in order to get the key. It's pretty cut and dry, a lot of trial and error, but it is insanely fun. I love this stage.
Thunder Mountain Railroad is experiencing some technical difficulties, and we do not know when they will reopen. If you are on a mine train, please remain seated. The cast member will be with you in just a moment. Again, please remain seated to assist you.
Unbelievable.
Did it have a breakdown?
Yep, go figure. We get on, ride breaks down.
And now we're going on Pirates. We're at the entrance now. And it says 10-minute wait.
Yep, this is the final ride that we're doing. Pirates of the Caribbean.
They're not going to open Big Thunder Mountain up. They're not going to fix it until the morning.
Yep. So Pirates of the Caribbean is an interesting one. Here's how it goes in the game.
Pirates of the Caribbean. The only ride in this game to become a multi-billion-dollar franchise. But before that, here it is in the game. You start off in the boat, of course, and now all of a sudden you're thrust into a fight with a bunch of pirates with no weapons. The only thing you have is your platforming skills, and, you know, that's about it. This is a hard stage. The only weapons you have are pushing over barrels and hoping they hit. These pirates, the AI pirates, are incredibly smart. There are no pushovers. They will fuck you up in more ways than one. So you have to avoid them. Yeah, you could push over barrels to kill them, but it's not worth it. Just avoid them. And then rescue the prisoners, and at the end, light you a bonfire so you can be rescued. That's how it goes.
So here we are.
We have our own boat.
Yep, we got our own boat and we are in here. So just like how in the game, how it starts off, we are in a boat.
You want to go?
Well, Mike, I say we had a good time comparing real life rides to video game rides. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, well, I say let's get out of here and let's use some clever editing magic.
Yep.
Wasn't that fun? Look at that. We just compared Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES to an actual day at the Magic Kingdom. Now, obviously, this is a video that I'm doing for fun. Obviously, you can't compare really what the game did for these rides versus the real thing. The real thing is an experience in itself. The video game is a video game based on Disney World. Back then, when this game first came out, for those of us that didn't live in Florida, and people didn't live in Florida, that's all you had. Besides all the primetime Disney World specials that would air to get you excited and ready to go to Disney World, that's all you had. But they turned those rides into an absolute life or death adventure. And it was brilliant. And you could tell all the love and appreciation that was put into the development of this game. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES. If you haven't played it, find it anywhere you can, whether you download it or you buy it. If you're a collector, play it. I highly recommend it. It was a commercial flop when it was released, and it didn't get the love it deserves. And I really hope this video brings awareness or helps to bring awareness to it. And you see this, you go out, you play it, and also go to Disney World if you can. It's always fun. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and smack the hell out of the notification bell so that way you know when we go live with brand new content such as this. It's good to be back. We got more videos in the pipeline, and I finally got my PS5. So, and yeah, I am playing Street Fighter 6. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Got more live streams coming, got more content coming. So y'all just hang tight. We're back, baby. And we'll see you next time. Brown out.